What's going on, guys? Zyopal here, and welcome to the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Of Season 3 here in Episode 29 of Seahawks franchise here on Madden NFL 26. Hope you guys on a cliffhanger from last episode. Here is the official playoff picture. As you can see, we are the 1 seed once again in the NFC. Giants, who we beat last episode, they are the 2 seed playing the Dallas Cowboys, who are the 7th seed. We also have Detroit and LA, the 3 and the 6, and then 4-5 is Falcons, Eagles. So I believe we have played the Giants this year. We played Detroit, I believe, as well, and we also played LA for sure. And then the AFC, we got the Raiders, who beat us last year in the Super Bowl. They are the 1 seed in the AFC. No Chiefs in the playoffs. We have Bills, Bengals, 2 versus 7. 3-6 is Colts, Browns, and 4-5 is Steelers, Chargers. We did play the Browns this year. I'm not sure if we played any of those other teams. I guess we could take a look at our schedule and take a look if I can actually get to the right place. Here we go. We did play Detroit. We did beat them. We did also play the Steelers. We got shelled by them. That's the Anthony Richardson team, and we lost to the 49ers and the Bears. And then we literally, after our bye week, we won every single game. That Giants game being our only close game. The Browns was another close game as well. So we swept the Rams. So if we play the Rams again, we're going to win because they're bad. Cam Curl is literally fodder for our team. As we can take a quick look at the team and their overalls heading into the playoffs. We got Langford playing all up to a 97 overall, which is insane. Walker up to a 99. And like we said, I forgot to mention, JSN will most likely be out for the majority of the playoffs. He has broken ribs. You can check the severity in a second. But we got our offensive line all playing up pretty well. I mean, we have Kevon Parks and Ben Steele. We drafted as rookies, and they're our first and third best lineman we have. Pitts up to an 86. I mean, Elijah Johnson's going to take a step up. Torrey Horton's going to take a step up. Kwame McCollum's going to have to get some playing time, which is crazy. Montague's got to have superstar deadline. I still believe he does because he's been progressing like crazy. Drafted him as a 77 overall. He's already up to an 83 natural, 84 with morale boost, along with Byron Murphy and Carlos Smith. And then cornerbacks of Witherspoon, Woolen, Elijah Hardison, Nick Amanawari, with Kevin Winston as our third safety, who's really been a great piece for our defense. We picked him up halfway through last year in the trade deadline just as a throw-in from a different trade for Jonah Jackson, I believe. We also have Byron Branch and Nathan Overton, a rookie for the practice squad. And, of course, our linebacking core of Anderson, Thibodeau, Ernest, Tyrese Knight, can't forget about Akeem Jenkins, a superstar. And, of course, our special teamers, Jason Bryan, Rayshawn Campbell. All the squad is here and ready as we will simulate this week. Actually, pretty excited to see who we play in the divisional. I really don't know who's going to win or lose. I guess we can see if Detroit or the Giants win. As we're playing the Eagles in the divisional, the playoff picture is not updated because why would it be? So I guess we'll have to take a look at it the old way. And as you can see, the Giants and Detroit both won. The Eagles at 13-4 because they did not clinch the division, even with the Giants lost because they also lost. So we play the Eagles. That's going to be a really tough matchup. And then we have Detroit and the Giants. And looking at the AFC, the 8-9 Bengals were a wild card team, which is just insane. The Browns are also won. The Steelers lost, which is good. So we got Browns and Raiders, who are 2 teams we played in the past. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All I got. I guess we can do weekly strategy first. And actually, before I do weekly strategy, I'm going to change these things. So I will see you guys at the end of the weekly thing once I figure out what I'm doing. All right, the loadout is set. I've been saving these coaching points for quite a while, and here we go. We got Dr. Dots. We have it on tier 4, which means we have increased pass accuracy on passes 10 yards or less, up to 20 yards upfield, and 30 yards and beyond. So we just have increased pass accuracy for everything. And we have no pressure effects on the quarterback. On top of that, we have +4 throw on the run, throw under pressure, medium and deep accuracy. We also have Stamina Stealer. It's basically when we run the ball, which you run the ball a lot, obviously. Excuse me. We have more fatigue that we're going to cause to these linebackers and D linemen, as well as defenders who miss tackles and hit sticks. We also have Edge Wizard, which gives us +4 tackle, awareness, power, and finesse moves to our edge rushers. And then Island Canes, which gives us +4 press, zone, man coverage, as well as play rec for all of our cornerbacks and safeties. We're keeping that for the majority of the playoffs. We'll simulate, and we just hope and pray we have no injuries. We need no injuries. We know JSN will most likely be out this game, which he is. Broken ribs. No injuries on the defense. Before we start, one more thing. We got to take a look at the injury report. And he's out 3 to 5 weeks, so there is a slight chance he can play the Super Bowl. However, I don't believe that's realistic. But we do have a Pro Bowl week, so in theory, the Super Bowl is in 3 weeks. So he could play in the Super Bowl. We'll see, but that's all I got today. As you can see, the second highest scoring offense in the league. And their defense is pretty solid. So this is going to be a really tough game. And then when we win this game, we got to play another tough team. So I'll see you guys at Lumen Field as we take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Once again, back in the playoffs, the divisional round. Second straight year of the 1 seed. Second straight year we get the host at beautiful Lumen Field. We have the gray pants there with the blue. The classic look that I've loved. Probably the Seahawks' best look in my opinion as well. A lot of teams don't use gray, which I'm surprised they don't. But as you can see, we got the Philadelphia Eagles 13-4, like we said. They could not win the division against the Giants. As we are going to be 14-3. Don't even know what to say. I think right now we have Roma Dunze in the slot. I'll start off the game like that. We'll see how we do from there. Because then we have JSN in the slot, and ideally I would just like to have Elijah Johnson in the slot, and then have Torrey Horton and Dunze outside. There's Elijah Hardison, return up to the 37-yard line. Great return guy. This Felipe talking to his Lord and Savior, Dylan Langford. Had a pretty good season this year, 3,600 yards, 31 touchdowns, did have 10 interceptions, but he had a 69% completion percentage. Excellent completion percentage. As you know what the drill is, running the ball right away. Good block by Kayvon Parks. Good run by Walker, breaking tackles, breaking more tackles. And he's bumbling, stumbling for a 16-yard gain. Yeah, the game plan pretty much is to run the ball as much as possible. We have good tight ends. Elijah Royal as the tight end 3 is pretty good. As this Walker again tried the juke out Blankenship, could not. Walker already with 32 yards on the day. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This time we got 2 tight end sets. So we got Elijah Johnson officially in the game for the first time. He cut back. And Walker is just running all over these Eagles. Already 44 yards. Walker broke the rushing yards record. Had over 12. He had a lot of, I don't even know how many yards he had. He had at least 2,200, though, that's for sure. As we got Rico Dowell in the game, who he's really taken a step back this year. But that's fine because we have Walker, who's taken a huge step forward. I mean, okay, that was just really bad blocking by the O-line. We have Ben Steele blocking no one, and yet someone got open. So I guess we'll see. We got all curls without Mr. JSN. Good thing Roma Dunze can catch. Oh, it's 4th down. I didn't even realize that. 4th and 2 at the 11. They want us to go for a field goal. I could have swore it was 3rd down. I must be losing my mind. And we're going to risk it right off the rip. We're going bunch trail. They are blitzing. Horton could be open in the end zone. I don't sure if I have big enough balls to throw that. Pitts is wide open, though, in the end zone, and Kyle Pitts scores on the Texas route. And it was essentially a pick play from Elijah Johnson. And the kick is through. We take a 7-0 lead. Yeah, that was essentially a pick play on that touchdown because Johnson was running a drag. The blitzer was supposed to come through the B gap. Clearly, he could not go through the B gap because Elijah was trying to run his route, and Muzo was trying to throw it, so I got scared. But they ran cover 2, which meant that middle of the field had been wide open. That was a great catch by Pitts, who's had a really good year. Best year probably as a Seahawk. He's been here for 2 full years and pretty much a 3rd full year. As there is Jalen Hurts. He had an even better season than Langford. 3,900 pass yards, 36 touchdowns. Great season from Hurts, who some say isn't a great passer, but clearly proving the haters wrong. As they still got A.J. Brown, they still got Devonta Smith. This offense is pretty similar to how it's always been. Goddard's also there, still here. As there is Saquon, who I forgot to mention, who's also still here. So this entire offense for Philly has lasted. As we got Gabe Gomez in the game at Mike. Play action, Gomez blitzing, that's his zone. As there's Ernest Jones. Good tackle there. Yeah, it will be sad to see this series end, but I don't know if I can even say anything right now because this is probably the hardest the NFC's ever been. We have 4 teams in the playoffs right now that all have 12 wins or more. 3 of them have 13 wins. We have a 13-win wild card, just like the Lions and the Vikings last year. The Lions are 14-3. And they won in last week of the regular season against Minnesota. And there is Will Anderson, huge TFL. From Will Anderson, there's Devon Witherspoon as well, who's also there. But yeah, just like last season in the NFL, a really tough division. Then you have, I mean, it's really the same because the Packers were also a 7th seed that year. As there is a sack, Hurts goes down. Byron Murphy, first sack of the playoffs for the Seahawks, goes to Byron Murphy as Philly has to punt. Who knows who their punter is? Number 40. That is not a punter number. But yeah, like the NFC North last year, we have the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Giants all made the playoffs. We are back on offense. Back to what we're used to. Back to Ken Walker running all over everyone. It's a shame he can't do this in real life because they simply just like Zach Charbonnet more. Which I think is a completely brain-dead take. We got 2nd and 6 going for a pass here. That's where I love this pass play, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to try a boot shot instead. Oh my God, Pitts is wide open down the field. And Langford with an absolute dot. Kyle Pitts, 2nd touchdown of the game for Kyle Pitts. What a play from Kyle Pitts. Already 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. That's going to be, we're going to extend our lead 14-0 from a great play from Pitts. Man coverage, they had Nolan Smith on him. That's not very smart. Let's freaking go, man. Point to the crowd doing his celebratory celebration that he always does. Love to see it. 1st and 10 for Philly here. Mirror in man coverage, manning up on Smith and A.J. Brown. And they have Dante Thornton here now in Philly as they're throwing it up to A.J. Brown. Tariq Woods there. And A.J. Brown makes that catch. Holy cow. What a catch from A.J. Brown. Rocking the F7. Okay, A.J. Let's see you. Crazy catch by A.J. Brown there. Holy cow. And there is Saquon routing up Devon Witherspoon. And just like that, it only took Philly 2 plays, and they're already in the red zone. Not ideal. Oh, I couldn't get there at Ernest. And the Eagles finally answer back. Touchdown for Philly. Yeah, we just got absolutely routed up that drive. That was awful. Let's see if Courtney Solid can't get a block. No block. Back to a 7-point game. Not even the end of the first quarter yet, and we've already had 3 total touchdowns. So we can do on this kick. I believe that's Yunwei Koo, the kicker. Although I don't know for sure. Kickers like to change teams a lot, man, that's for sure. As Elijah Johnson's back returning. And he can't do much. Only gets to the 25, which at one point used to be a touchback, and now it's just, the rules are just terrible. Good thing Langford's got frickin' bazooka, so we might actually try to throw a deep bomb here. Who knows? We're not. We're just going to give it to Pitts, who's been open all day. He's already got 3 catches for 90 yards. Can't even tell that JSN's injured. I mean, our team has just been firing off on all cylinders here. We got a pull play. There's Walker. Walker cuts back! And it's just too easy. His Philly defense can't do nothing against us. And he's celebrating, almost fumbled it, but he didn't. As Ken Walker waltzes to the end zone. And the first quarter has finally almost ended. I don't even know if it's ended yet. And we already have 21 points in a playoff game. Absolutely insane. Walker not pointing to the crowd. Everyone loves to point to the crowd. Yes, the first quarter is at zeros. As we kick the extra point to officially go up 14. It's been too easy. There's Pitts, who's already scored twice. Walker once. Walker is getting close to 100 yards. Pitts is almost at 100 yards as well, to take a commanding 21-7 lead here in Seattle. So Philly is out here once again, and they're in empty. We're going to go in zone cover 2. And if you guys can't see in the bottom, the Raiders did win, so they're advancing to the AFC Championship game. Beat the Bengals 20-14. Don't exactly love seeing that. And then the Chargers also won 38-10, so the AFC North had 3 teams in the playoffs. None of them will even see the AFC Championship, excuse me, as there's Devontae Smith on a slant. We are in year 3, so technically we haven't played every single team. I believe we have not played the AFC East yet as the Seahawks. At least not all of it. And Hurts just wants to throw it out and no one's open. And the Lions beat the Giants. So we get a rematch against Detroit, which I'm happy for. I was pretty scared going against the Giants. So we are the last game of the day, actually. Now that I think of that. As there's a fumble strip sack, and Will Anderson picks it up. Brenton Montague strips Jalen Hurts. As the defense is just, everyone's been playing insane. Corner out for Odunze. Thought he routed up, didn't. There's Walker on the catch, breaks a tackle. And there is Zach Bond. We're going jet sweep here with Elijah Johnson. Never mind. It's supposed to be Rome Odunze's play. What the hell, man? There is Walker. Bounces outside. Nolan Smith chases him down, though. The former first rounder from Georgia. I would love to do a speed out, but we know it doesn't work, so we're just going to pound the rock with Walker. And Walker is tackled for a loss by Branch. I have no idea who that is. Looks like an auto-generated guy, though. I would do PA cross, but we can't, so we're going to do spacing. We got Elijah Johnson on a speed out, and it's finally thrown accurately. About time the speed out works. Elijah Johnson scores. Not sure what that celebration was, as it is a slaughter. 28-7. Eagles are down bad right now. We're going to press them, honestly. Fuck them. Man coverage. Hurts is on the move. Probably should have spied him instead of trying to cover Goddard. Yeah, I didn't know A.J. Brown had a F7 in this game. Where is like speed flex in real life? But yeah, having Dante Thornton for the Eagles is actually kind of a cheat code as a wide receiver for you. That dude is a monster. He's fast. He's tall. Bro is 6'5", ran a 4.3 at 40. He's got 96 speed in Madden, which is really fast for Madden, that's for sure. I'm going to flip this coverage. There is Saquon. I think it's first or second carry of the game only. But it is hard to establish the run when you have to deal with being down most of the games. As Ernest Jones made that tackle. Probably should have covered Thornton there. There's Woolen, can't make a tackle. Thornton gets brought down by Nick Amanawari. I believe, I can't think of where Dante Thornton went to school. Like, I want to say TCU, but that's not right because Jack Besh went to TCU. I think he was a Baylor Bear. As Knight on the blitz, Kevin Winston on the man coverage. Goddard's got nowhere to go there. He's been a good Philly tight end for a long time. I think second or third round pick out of South Dakota State, former Jackrabbit. He was the replacement in the future from Zach Ertz. Although in a Philly offense, you don't really need, like, obviously a tight end's nice, but it's not like that big of a deal. And we're gonna man up on Saquon. He ran out of drag, so he's gonna be wide open. Just kidding. He throws to Dante Thornton, who can't bring it in. We have an injured time on the field. Carlos Smith is injured. Not ideal. We're pretty thin at D-tackle as is. We only got one good backup, Joshua Farmer, who has barely seen time this year. As the kick is up, and it almost hits the upright. That is Yun Hoku. Philly cuts the lead to 18, but a touchdown. We only have 1 second left. Oh, I thought that was not in the landing zone. I guess it is. Johnson jukes. Johnson jukes again. Double juke. Elijah Johnson. Too bad he's not that fast. As that's a 2-minute warning here in Seattle. 28-10. It's been all Seahawks here. They have not been able to stop our offense whatsoever. These new bucket things that I bought in the coaching tree, those things are OP. As yeah, Walker already 130 yards rushing on just 10 carries. Cover 2, Horton should be open. Horton's wide open, middle of the field. Horton breaks a tackle and gets a huge gain of about 25 there. Horton was a rookie when we started this draft, this franchise. Didn't really get the opportunities he should have got. You know, if I knew he was actually like a rookie, which I didn't know he was a rookie until the second year when it says 1 on the XP. But if I knew he was a rookie, I'd probably give him a little bit more leeway in the offense. Oh, big hit. Langford gets hit as he was thrown. There's only 49 seconds left, which is totally fine. It's 3rd and 4, though. Going back to boot shot. It is cover 2. Elijah, just sit down. Good sit route by Elijah. We're going to use our first timeout here. That was low-key a dangerous throw, but. As the wise guy once told me, scared money don't make money. Double move, and it's picked off. Dylan Langford throws an interception, hit as he was thrown, and the ball was underthrown. Trying to hit a Dunze, probably wasn't open anyway. But Philly finally gets some momentum in this game. And there's Dante Thornton again. He's been getting a lot of looks. I don't know why Philly's not calling timeout here. What are they doing? Philly just has 3 timeouts, refuses to use any. And he's sacked. Carlos Smith and Byron Murphy each get a half sack. Absolute brain dead use of their timeouts there. Not a single timeout even used that entire half. As the score remains the same as the 2-minute warning, 28-10. Philly gets a little bit more momentum, pretty much loses it. But they do get ball at half, which I don't know why they weren't trying to score. As we will look at the halftime report, even though we know who all won. We at least get to see the other 3 scores. As Lions won on the road in a freaking snow game. Holy cow. Lions looked like they were all white. Looks like it was a good time to wear all white. 31-15 Goff. Didn't really play great. Neither did Dart, but looks like Jahmyr Gibbs had a good game. Moving on to LA as the Chargers host the 9-8 Cleveland Browns, who we did beat. It was a close game. They were 6-6 at the time. It's a trick play from Herbert. Really is a big end around for Omari and Hampton, who breaks a tackle. Herbert had a great day. 287 a TUD, 24 for 36 Fields. Couldn't get it done. Been around the block. Might be time for him to be a backup at this rate. As there's Omari Hampton. Also an F7. I could have sworn he wrote a sweet flex as well. I don't even know. And finally, we have the Las Vegas Raiders, best record in the AFC, hosting the under 500 Bengals, who are a wildcard team, which tells you how bad the wildcard was to the AFC. As T. Madden throws an absolute dart, one-hand catch by Brock Bowers. As Madden had a good game. Burrow did his best, but only scored 14 points in the offense. Can't win doing that, that's for sure. As Bowers, the basketball celebration. As you can see, pretty much all chalk so far. Although the 3 seed did win, but no 6 or 7 seeds that won. As the 7 seed Bengals did upset the 2 seed. But that's all I got. Winston's also in the box. Got 3 safeties out there. And there is Goddard, covered by Winston. He's been all over him. Already has 5 tackles. Yeah, this defensive scheme, the 3rd safety plays a ton. They almost play as much as a nickel corner, really. Winston, user pick, easy reads, the cat in the hat, and Kevin Winston with a pick 6. Pick 6 for Kevin Winston. And he does the basketball celebration that Brock Bowers did. Pick 6 for Kevin Winston. We're back on top, 35-10. Just gonna cover 2. Winston, once again, in the box. Kind of like Winston in the box, low-key. So I don't know if Tyrese Knight is hurt or something, because he has not been seen this entire half. As Winston's now injured on the tackle. Interesting. All right, Tyrese Knight's back in the game, so I guess he wasn't injured. This Wanda Winston back in cover 2 against Trips. There is Goddard, who's been getting a lot of catches. Him and Dante Thornton have been getting the majority through his ribs. All right, the sub positions are fixed. It looks like a tush push unofficially for the Philly. See if we can't get him. Can't get him. As far as I'm actually glad they don't add tush push to Madden, because that would just be a broken play. That would not be fun to go against, that's for sure. There's Saquon. Looks like he's getting a little bit. Elijah diving to stop him. And there is Brian Branch tackling him out of bounds. Good play by Brian. Once again, man coverage. I kind of like man coverage today. Thibodeau's in man coverage. I don't know if I like that as much. Another run for Philly. Stop behind his lineman. Wilkinson looks like he's filling in for the retired Lane Johnson. Never mind, Wilkinson's the guard. I don't know who their right tackle is. This all line's completely different. No Landon Dickerson either. He must have signed somewhere else. So all I have is Jordan Mailata. As there is Devonta Smith, who is unable to catch that. We're now in third down territory here. See what we can do. Wow. Underneath is wide open. There's A.J. Brown, breaks a tackle. Bench for Philly, and A.J. Brown's wide open again. 5th catch of the game for Brown, already has 81 yards. He has been a problem. Bunch of lines, a counter play, and Will Anderson's there, and he just can't make the tackle. And Saquon's running the end zone. Almost. Good tackle by Witherspoon there, though. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We cannot play defense this half for some reason. They have a backup running back in. No idea who 31 is. Doesn't matter. Kayvon Thibodeau with the TFL. Good play by him. And yeah, it's kind of fun this franchise. It's been a lot of like random guys that we've had. Warrior's there. I mean, he's lucky he got a bad throw. Nick Amata Warrior is about to house that shit. Not sure who the hell he was thinking about throwing that to. Look at that same exact play. We're going to go cover one. User Nick Amata Warrior. Nick Amata Warrior, make a play! He could not catch it. Had to pick in his hands and dropped it. So Philly's going to get some points here. A chip shot, 22-yard field goal. It's through the upright, so Philly gets points, but at some point it gets a little too late. They're down 22 points. They're down 3 scores still. A touchdown will end the game. Easy as that. Even shooting like 5 minutes off the clock might end this game, as there's Hardison up to the 27-yard line. We're going to chew clock here so we can make sure they don't get a comeback, because that would be really bad if they got a comeback, that's for sure. See what we can do. Langford and Walker both lost their X-Factor abilities last drive. See if Walker can get it back. He jukes a man. Breaks one. Another tackle. It was Quinyon Mitchell gets a tackle. And that's going to be a main problem for Philly in a couple of years. They have a lot of young guys on their team. In real life, that is. Well, this franchise, you can see it because they have a lot of young players on their team, but it gets to a point where you got to pay them all. And when you're paying a bunch of good players, you're not going to have money as Matt Morant fumbles. He tried to juke. And that is considered a football move, and that's a big turnover forced by Philly at this point in the game. Talking about Philly, how they have young players, doesn't matter if they have their old guys that can still make plays. Great play by Philly. And there is Dante Thornton wide open. I don't know where the coverage is, but he's got some speed. So does Hardison, though. And there's Brian Branch. Big play. I don't know how he was out. He should not have been left open. I don't know what that was. Gets a cover 2 here against doubles. It's a screen pass. Hardison on the outside, tries to dive. There is Ernest Jones. But Philly gets to 1st and goal here at the 3. Pitch the D-line. It's a sting. Halfback sting. There's Kayvon Thibodeau, another TFL. 2nd TFL in as many drives on the goal line. Once again, single back here. Woodson with Ernest. Try to send pressure, doesn't matter. Devonta Smith one-on-one in man coverage. Gets a touchdown. Philly's going for 2 now, which I think is ridiculous. They should not be going for 2 till they absolutely need to, but what do I know? It's RPO stretch, and there is Saquon. Can't get it, so I don't know why they just kick the extra point. See what they need, because now they're down 16. They're going to need at least 2 more touchdowns, both conversions to be good. Still a game here in Seattle, and our returns have been just brutal. Brutal returns. We're going to stop passing. Just kidding. PA cross. It's cover 3. Should be wide open as long as Horton can get on his horse. Never mind, Horton wasn't open, and we're sacked. Nolan Smith gets to us. Huge loss of 20.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up
now we're going to need a big play. We might have Pitts way deep, though. We don't have Pitts. We have Odunze, though. He gets all the way back to the 28. 15-yard gain for our number 1 receiver now, at least. As that takes us to the end of the third quarter. Philly down 16. Defense is starting to show out for both teams, though. So that Winston pick 6. Love that. What's with Ernest? Can't get there. Oh, Woolen almost made a play. But he tried to play it for the ball and not the defender. And that's A.J. Brown being wide open once again. Now Philly is driving. Still down 16. They're going to still need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. See what they can do here. They're going one-on-one. Why is Witherspoon not there? That's the second time it's happened with Dante Thornton. I don't even know what happened. It's the second time that's happened this game. He's just wide open down the sideline. It's when he motions, they just don't cover him, I guess. It's just so weird to me. This is Brown again. 7th catch of the game for A.J. Brown. Second and goal for Philly. Going man. Sending Tyrese. User and Brian Branch. There is Saquon, who cannot reach for it. Failed to reach for the ball. So now we got 3rd down here. Pitching the O-line. They might be going QB sneak here. They are going QB sneak, and the Eagles score another touchdown. This time they have to see if they just didn't go for 2 the first time. They could have went for a PAT, and then it would have been an 8-point game. Instead, they have to get this. They're in empty. We're blitzing. It's a draw. It's a QB draw, and Jalen Hurts is going to get there. QB draw for Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles have scored 17 unanswered points. As our offense has not been able to do anything. We're going to pick, then we fumbled, we punted. The trifecta, if you will, of the shit on offense. I mean, I don't even know what to say. They have more total yards than us now. It's crazy. There's Walker. Probably should just feed him the ball more, low key. As the Eagles, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what sap that could possibly be. Oh no, is there a really bad coverage? Walker's going to get some wide open running room, most likely. There he is, Walker, wide open running room. There's Zyopal trying to get a block, couldn't get out there in time. Oh, a huge gain for Walker. Going play action once again. Just kidding, we're going back to normal. Walker could not get much there, only a gain of 2. There's another auto-generated guy because no D-lineman number 62. Sorry, if you're a D-lineman number 62, it must be a high school number. Langford on the move. He's got a dude's downfield. Hit as he was thrown, though. Huge, huge, huge 3rd down here. 3rd and 8. Pitts the seam, should be there. Probably going to force it. Odunze's wide open downfield. Odunze burned him. Odunze touchdown. Rome Odunze burned Zach Bond. Huge touchdown downfield for Odunze. An absolute clutch one in that. As we retake a 15-point lead here. 42-27. Odunze wide open downfield. Holy cow. No one even remotely near him. Huge 3rd down there. 3rd and medium. Worried we weren't going to get that at the punt to force Philly to have a chance to score. So Philly once again down 18. Excuse me, 15. Math is hard. See what Philly can do. And Jalen Hurts is going to throw it out. Pressure was there. Sent 4. One of our upgrades helps our edge rusher, so it's going to really help Will Anderson and Thibodeau make plays. We can tell this game. One's got a couple of CFLs, no one's got a sack or two. They're going out route to Brown, who breaks a tackle and then shoots harder out of the stock. First, over 300 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns, does have that pick 6, but nothing he can do there. Running it with Saquon, and Ernest Jones read that like a book and got absolutely blown up by Saquon. Injury timeout. Is that Carlos Smith is injured again? Holding his wrist. Who knows what that injury is? Going to cover 2. And he's taken down. Byron Murphy, the 2nd sack of the game. 4th sack for the Seattle defense. And it is 3rd down now. And it's a jailbreak screen, and we set the blitz. And it's 4th and inches now, and they're going to hurry up. We're sending the dogs. We're gonna try to bait Withers. We're gonna try to bait Dante Thornton here. It's a drag. We got burned, and Dante Thornton drops the ball. Just drops the ball. What is going on? Wide open, just butterfingers, I guess. Philly has 3 timeouts, also has a 2-minute warning, so the game is not quite over yet. But it's over now! Ken Walker off to the races! Ken Walker, his 3rd touchdown of the game! Touchdown Seahawks! As we nearly put up 50 on the Eagles, we're back up to a huge lead. Back up to 22 points, 49-27. 52-yard touchdown from Walker. He could be getting MVP votes this year. Who knows? He might actually win MVP. Broke all the records running, and he's running all over these Eagles in a battle of the birds. Holy cow. Knight tried to bait him. Hurts on the move. Tries to juke, can't. Gets wrapped up by Ernest Jones. They're in hurry up, and we're going back to the blitz. There is Devonta Smith. I mean, these Philly receivers are eating right now as Philly uses their first time out with a $1:44 left on the clock. Out route, incomplete. Goddard couldn't catch it. Kevon Thibodeau, I don't know what he's on this game, but he has been insane everywhere. In the pass, in the run, everywhere. You name it. There's Goddard again. Wrapped up by Witherspoon. Can't get out of bounds. Going to force Philly to hurry up here. Once again blitzing. As Jabril Cox is in the game. What is going on? Witherspoon turns around. Can't get the pick, but does force the incompletion. It's going to Goddard. And it's 4th and 5 now for Philly. If the game wasn't over already, this is the game right here. Saquon in motion. Hurts, gets on the ground. Big hits from the Seattle defenders as Philly uses their 2nd timeout. There's no blitz until we get there. I don't even care. Tyreek Knight on the huge blitz. Big hit by Ernest Jones. And the ball goes flying out. Holy cow. Huge hit by Ernest. Once again blitzing. Hopefully Dante Thornton's on an out or a fly or something. All right, they're switching their coverage. So we're switching ours. We're going to cover 2 here. And they switch again. They switch back, so we're just going to switch back. Witherspoon make a play. He can't make a play. Does tackle Thornton, though. That's why I don't use with the cornerbacks. Because it is scary, let me tell you.
That's good for an Eagles first down.
Oh boy, I didn't mean to go on this. What's going on here? We're in a different camera view. And that's a touchdown for Philly. Dallas Goedert gets a touchdown. Let's see if I can fix this camera view. No, not that. There we go. And there is Goddard wide open, so Philly gets a 35 the hard way. And once they get this onside kick, the game is officially over. Quan McCollum out there. Grab the ball, please. Grab the ball, and Philly gets the onside. Game is not over yet. God, the onside kicking is awful this year. Can't ever get it. RPO. Goddard's got some room. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle, but he's still in bounds. Philly's got to hurry up. They got to go. They're already in the red zone. They're going to spike the ball here.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They spike the ball. 34 seconds left on the clock. Why are we in the base defense? What is the point? I guess we get our D tackles out there, so I can't complain about that. In route. Hurts on the move. Hurts might get the touchdown. He doesn't. And Philly uses their last time out. What a game it's been. Holy cow.
That's good for an Eagles first down.
Hurts on the blitz, and Goddard touches it. And that's another touchdown for Philly.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
I thought this game was over. It's going to be a one-score game. 24 seconds left. As Koo kicks it in. Philly once again
The score, Seahawks 49. Eagles.
going to go for the onside. We're going onside XL. I don't know what that means. We got the big boys out here. Raheem Stockton, the tight ends. Philly touched it beforehand. And that is the game. Philly touched it before it passed the 10-yard line. We're going to gladly accept that penalty, and we're going to gladly kneel the ball. Victory formation. As there is the victory kneel that takes us to the end of the game here in Seattle. What a freaking game. 49-42. A 91 total score. Absolutely insane. We were up 22 points 2 separate occasions, and both times it went down to 7. Absolute back and forth affair, but we got out of the gate early, which is what helped us win this game. There was Selwong shaking hands with Nick Sirianni wearing the Panda dunks. What a freaking game. Holy cow. Defensive picks all over the place for both teams, fumbles, everything that you could possibly think of. Hurts, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, 400 yards at 74% completion percentage. Langford only passed the ball 15 times, had over 216 yards, also had 4 touchdowns. Walker, typical Walker numbers, 232 yards on 15 carries. Hurts had 54 yards on the ground as well. As the Eagles receivers went crazy. Holy cow. All Phillies were receivers. Seahawks, Pitts had that 90 yards, and then he just didn't do anything the rest of the game. Odunze did pretty good. But again, we don't need to pass the ball that much. We are a running team. A lot of tackles. Had 3 sacks. A pick for Winston, which resulted in a pick 6. What a game from the Seahawks. And we're on to the NFC Conference Championship game. Let's go. What a game from the boys at Lumen Field. Huge barn burner against the Eagles. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 29 of Seahawks Franchise. If you did, leave a like, sub if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the NFC Conference Championship game. Peace.